Cooper's Automotive Repair, 2002 Saturn SL1 with a fuel smell. I started the car and ran it, so not a pressure leak of anything that I can see. I see a stain and a smell coming strong toward the gas tank area. I'm going to pressure up the tank with some smoke, see where it's coming from, figure out what we need to do. Let's diagnose this thing together. Stay tuned. All right, so we've got our smoke machine connected. We're using the red line smoke machine. Whoa, and we're going through the gas cap right there, and we don't quite got it sealed very good. It's a little bit hard to do, but I think we can kind of ignore all of that smoke, and maybe we got enough pressure if we take it up to see it underneath. If not, we'll do something different. Let's turn her down a little bit. Now let's turn her up, see what we got. Get me a light on the situation. Well, all I can tell you is it's on top of the gas tank. So we're going to have to drop the gas tank, obviously, and see what we've got. All right, we're all geared up to pull this gas tank out. Got our under the car transmission jack right here. This is an OEM tool, dual stage trans jack. We've got our exhaust supported right here because we're going to drop the exhaust just to clear this side and make things a little bit easier. So let's start with that. We have this tool right here for releasing the rubbers off of each of the exhaust pieces. So let me start with pushing those out. All right, now we got two of them off on the back of the exhaust. We're going to go up to the rest of these and just keep following the exhaust along until we find them. Excuse me. Exhaust things that I've had to ever take off. Let's see if we're ready to lower it now. I mean, if it works well to get us the room that we're looking for. So one more in the back. Why don't they put two hangers on this thing? Sometimes I get a little angry at myself here. Say, Timothy, why didn't you just not do this? I'm just kidding. Got the exhaust hanging down some to get more room. Disconnected the fuel line off the fuel filter over here. There's a tin shield back here with a couple tins I'm going to take off. I'm going to try not to pull the gas tank all the way out, so I'm not going to remove the fuel fill neck yet. That happens often. We got some 13 mils up here on the straps to lower, then hopefully we can lower this gas tank. And get an extension here in the 13 and take those down. I say 13, and the way my eyes are anymore, you never know if I'm even right. Yeah, we got that right. There it is. That over there, get the other side down. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Keep dropping things. Okay. I don't like the bend straps very much if you can at all help it, because it makes it so much harder to get them back up in there. So try not to, if you possibly can, not bend the straps. Sometimes it's not possible, but all right, she does not want to come down enough for me to see anything. So what we got is a sway bar on the back here, and we could either drop it to prevent from bending the tab on this thing, which, like I say, I hate to bend tabs. I can't slide the tank forward. Let's try to jack it up, see if I can get any room that way. Slide it to the side. There's just nothing. I don't want to bend these tabs, so let's go after these 13s. So you can approach it any way you want. Let's see how hard these are to get to. These are actually 15s on the sway bar. Awesome. And they're on this back side, so it's not that difficult. Wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. No, they're going to be a pain in the butt. They're on the front side, and it's a nut. In here, of either, let me try a pry bar to get the sway bar back a little bit. See if that's going to give me some room. Because I just need to get it out of here. Okay, that got me enough room without having to really bend it. We'll have to bring it down some now. Let's see if it's going to lower at this point. Still don't think we're going to get enough to see underneath it. Can sure smell the gas though. All right, we're going to take the fuel fill off. There's not a lot of gas in it, so we're not worried about anything spilling all over the place. I'm going to take it off of this side, closest to the tank, so that I'm not fighting the hose, pulling it through that differential. It's not really a differential, but the rear suspension of the system. Let's pry that back. I think we're getting closer. Catching on a little tin shield back here. Okay. Now I think I'm low enough I can look on the top of the tank and maybe show you what I see. All right, we got authorization to put a fuel pump in this car, so hopefully you don't see just the back of my head on everything, but this is the pump number, is an FG0467 Delphi, and we got to unplug it right here. Got this line unplugged, and it's got a little push tab there. We just pull it down, put it back in when we get done, unplug it. On the back side, we got this little vent pipe coming right here, and I need to see kind of how that's connected on top of the tank, because it's got a clamp there that we may just cut and pull that through. I think that's the best way to do it. A pair of cutter pliers, cut that, and then put a new clamp on it once we get it out of there. Oh, that's tight. I'd like to twist it if I could. There we go. With a little strain in my brain. But anyway, I think I'm pretty much ready. The biggest part is still we're going to be pushing through that exhaust. I'm going to try to leave my floor jack right here, hoping that I got enough room to slide this thing this way and just set it down on top of it. Might be one more line. Where is my light? I see a line going way across that back side there. Just want to make sure what it connects to. And I can't see it. I old hat just gets in the way. Well, let's see. Oh no, I unplugged the wrong one. That's funny. Okay. Let's get our fuel pump line out here. Let's get that out here. There's one line up there. Trying to get your head in there with a hat on is really hard. And a microphone stuck on the side of your head. Oh. All right, let's go into the evap system. And you're giving us no room to see that. So I most likely need somebody to help me pull this tank out this way. There's not much gas in it. And see if we can set it down on top of that. Yeah, even with the exhaust down, it's being a pain. Getting closer. Now maybe I can see it. I'd like to disconnect it on this end, but I don't see a connector over here. All right, that's a push on tab right there. Hey, Caden, give me a hand. Balance that over there. Don't get gas all over you. Just kind of keep it on the lift on here as we're going that way, okay? Yeah, we just got to try to get it to lower down. It's catching on our exhaust. Yeah, I see that. It's this tin shield right there, even though I pulled the exhaust down. There we go. Yeah, just keep it balanced on that. There we go. Will it stay there? All right, so we got it down. We got gas spilling around. And old gas at that. I don't know how old this stuff is, but it's sure some stinky stuff. All that for one little that one right there is what gave us the fit. All right, let's lower it. Let's stay. I really wish that exhaust would drop further down than what it did. That would have made this whole thing a whole lot easier. It actually will a little bit more anyway. Oh, you know what? Still got one of my, God, I keep hesitating. I hate that. One of my muffler hangers got reconnected up here. Now we're gonna have a whole lot more room getting it back in there, because we can lower that exhaust down pretty good. Fuel pump right there. Now, it's been told you should use a brass wedge on that fuel pump to remove it, the ring out of it. I used to do that, and still should, because if a spark flies, you could, possibility of something happening. Here we are. So we've got this fuel line right here. We got this one right there. The wiring harness to the plug, and the one fuel pressure sensor that probably might not come with the fuel pump assembly, but let's push that tab down to get it unplugged. There we are, fuel pump module. It was cracked right through here somewhere. It was leaking right there. All right, we're fired back up here. So right inside there, tab out, unplug it. Right down here, plug, plug, unplug it. This piece right here, push that in right there, slide it up, unlock it, and slide it back in. That's how you put that back on there. Also, you want to get your fuel lock green and your white one on there. So we're ready to put it back down inside the tank, working your float down in first, swing it around, get it indexed to the front, pull this piece right here around, push this thing down, and get your lock tab started. As soon as I get it lined back up. Where is that? There's a little spot there for it to go in. There we go. I believe that's it. One place, a little notch in the front that locks that piece in there. If you don't get that lined up, it will not go all the way down. Snapped in. And this one will snap on there. And that one will snap on back over there. I think it might have been that one anyway. Wiring harness. After I get that circled around, we will get the lock plate all the way into its locking latches. And we're locked in. Let's jack it up a little bit as I plug in the wiring there. Okay, notched. Very good. All right. Now let's make sure of something here. That one goes to the fuel pump. That goes there. That one goes to this piece right here. Let's go ahead and put this on. We'll get a close-up of that in just 1 second. There we go. There, things have kind of just snapped in there. Now, let's stop and get you that close up. All right, so here's what you've got. Your plug, your lines. The one on the pollution control right there, that was the one that gives a fit, and you got to plug that in. And then you're ready to jack it up and put it in place. Okay. Now let's just make sure these lines are going right. And that one, actually, looks like it's going to be on the wrong side, but we'll see that once we go up some more. All right, let's find out what's going on here. All right, made sure my lines were correct. They are these. This one on the fuel pump right here will snap down inside of the gas tank right there. As soon as we get further up, we'll start putting it back in its spot, and you have to push down on it to lock it in. Wow. That locks it on the top of your tank right there. Come back here a little bit. Some of this, it's really hard to do by yourself. Not that it can't be done, it's just hard. I'd hate to be the person trying to do this on the ground. All right, we got to get up above that exhaust. Even with it like that, it is still way in our way. Okay, now let's see if I can do this by myself. Okay, do you want to push on that side of the tank for me since you came over here? Don't get gas all over you, but I got to get it up. Hang on. All right, come to me. Isn't that a beautiful sound? All right. Yep, flashlight out. All right. Okay. Good times, huh? All right. It's got to go. Yep, to me. There you go. That's the spot. All right. Thank you. I think so. I'll holler if I get stuck again. So, let's get these lines back up in here. go. Make sure my hose clamp must have fallen to the ground somewhere. We'll have to find my hose clamp. Get my wiring through here. There's one. Okay. Make sure my other wires are here. They are. That goes there. That goes there. Okay. Let's see if we can go up with it a little bit more. Now let's stop and find my hose clamp. Okay, with a little help from our friends, push it up in there right over the top. How to get our hose back on here. And get our hose clamp tight for that. Okay, now let's see if we can not, let's get a strap on this thing. Up there, and those were 15s. Excuse me, they were 13s. Oh, pause for station identification. Let's get our one bracket that's up in here attached. I don't really see what I'm doing, so steal this light for a minute. And I think we need to go up a little bit more. And we're up. Okay, let's get a different tool here. So no matter how hard you try not to bend them, sometimes they get bent. And boy, do you have to get them in there, and then you have to push up. Get on the right side of that. Okay. With a little bit of fighting, pushing in between, getting this up underneath here, I've got one of them started. Now, hopefully we can get the other one started. Even without bending them very much, it still was a pain. Okay. We're going to push the band to clamp up with under the hoist lift here. And hopefully, let me take a look up in there. Hopefully we'll be able to get it started. Little prying to do. All right, next battle, right? Is this one. If y'all want to scream, scream with me, because I'm about to. All right. Oh, get a light on this again. Vision says it looks like it's about straight. Okay, we finally have succeeded. A little grunting, a little more neck pain. And we got a gas tank sitting in here with a fuel pump. Ladies and gentlemen, don't try this at home. Some days a little easier than others. All right, let's get this thing plugged in, get some lines connected back up here. Pollution line right there. Fuel pump. Connector right there. Back in the holes. Get a hose clamp for that. Like I always say, it ain't always easy. It ain't always hard. But it always gets done. We still got to hang the exhaust up. Okay, let's do this. Let's give a little camera visual on these things. Right between the rear suspension and that is a bolt for the band. Right up here on the other side, on that band, is another bolt. Right back here are lines, pollution control, and our canister purge. My light just went out. Anyway, is all on. So we got some muffler hangers to slide on. I did get the back two on already. Let's follow it along. Got this one's on. We got two up here to put on. Pull that tin shield back because it's really, really bent. And it's easier to get them on the side with the bullet on the end of it. And it went right up through here. Let's see how that went. I would have thought it went like that. I see one screw hole there. We had some straight down. Let's see here. That one. Here we go. again a light so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, that's amazing. I think you'd line that one up. The other two would line right up. All right, we got to get it up above the back 10 shield. Fun, fun. Let's do that. All right, everything's bent around, and I'm getting tired. Imagine that. I think we have finally succeeded. We'll bend this up, keep the heat off of those lines right there. And we got to put a fuel filter on it. So let's do that next. We got a Phillips screw on the side right here. We already got the other line off because we took that off to do the fuel pump on this thing. Get it loose enough, maybe. Slide it down. Oh, push the tabs in. Oh, it tastes good. All right, it already has new clips on the new filter. Snap, snap. Let's get our Phillips screw back in there. And we're gonna let it down, start this thing. Make sure that all is well. All right, so that's in there. Set the sucker down. Like I said, start it up, listen to a run, make sure we don't smell gas. So there you have it, your 2002 Saturn SL1 fuel pump leak R&R. A lot of fun. Hey, laugh with me, gotta laugh at myself. Like I said, it ain't always easy, but always gets done. Thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, and let's have some fun. Thank you.